Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villa and welcome to episode 59 of Raise the Holte, our bid for world domination with Aston Villa. And today we have two big games in the league against Liverpool, who are top and runaway leaders, and then we play Spurs, who are sixth and wanting to chase us down for our spot in next year's Champions League. Now, since last episode where we crashed out of this year's Champions League, unfortunately, we've had three games and three decent enough results. First up, we played Derby. You can see it was 2-1. Almeida with 2 goals. You can see we absolutely dominated the game. We hit the post 5 or 6 times. I was laughing at it in the end. It was just ridiculous. Rodrigo was the main culprit. He only played a 6.3. He could have had a hat-trick. We could have won by 5 or 6. But it was 2-1 in the end. And had Almeida not got an 85th minute winner, it would have been a crime against football. Then we played Leicester City. Now, this game was one, again, it was an even game first up. So we can't really complain about a draw. They went ahead, Almeida missed a penalty, then we equalised in the 57th minute. From the kickoff, they went 2-1 ahead. Callum Chambers got the point in the 82nd minute for us. But again, it's another game I feel like we should have won, and the best player on the pitch almost was their goalkeeper, so that says a lot. And Markovic further muddying the waters as to whether I offer him a contract for next year or not, with a man of the match performance. And then we played Middlesbrough. These guys, I think they're last in the league. You can see we absolutely dominated the game. Match stats, player ratings, they all show that. Almeida, Grealish and Rodrigo with the goals. But the real news to come out of this is Rodrigo. He's out for a month. So it's not quite a season ender, I don't think, but it's in that realm of injuries. So that was a bit of a disappointment. Let's have a quick look at what this all means for the league table. You can see Liverpool, they're only 5 points behind, but they have 3 games in hand. So even if we were to win, it's still highly unlikely that we would be able to go and win the league this year. What we really want to do, I think, is just make sure we don't let this chasing pack catch up to us. We've got a nice little gap there. 11 points, plus we have a game in hand. So we just want to make sure we're in the top 4 and then see how high we can get up. We've got to play all these teams around us. I think we've got to play Stoke, Tottenham, United, Arsenal and Liverpool to come yet this year. So we've got a really tough run in. So it is just a little bit about just protecting the top 4 spot at this point. Now, the only other thing I want to mention before we get into the Liverpool game is that we have got our new youth intake. It was absolutely rubbish, if I'm honest. There was only one. It was at Leek. I think this Leek kid came in, and maybe this Hughes guy, I can't remember. Anyway, it was not a good youth intake. But as you can see, we do have other regens here that are quite good. So if you do want to have one of them named after you, let me know in the comments or get me at Aussie Villa on Twitter, and we'll look to get those renamed after you. There's some others too. I think there was somebody on the 23s that have came through the academy as well. We haven't, and there's something I think even in the first team perhaps. So yeah, if you do want to have that done, let me know. But let's have a look at the team we're sending out to play Liverpool, and as we've seen there, runaway leaders, we're going to be a little bit conservative here and just try and get ourselves out of this game with our dignity intact, to be honest. So it's Livakovic in goal, it's Emerson, Chambers, Holgate and Gumney as a back 4. We're going to try AR as the anchorman role, just try and protect our defence a little bit. McGinn and Grealish are going to go in front of him. Markovic and Marin, they go in behind Labadovic, who comes in for the injured Rodrigo. So we can see the way they're lining up. AR's going to be busy, it looks like. Yeah, I mean, if there is a benefit to the Rodrigo injury, it is that we do need... what do you want to say? To go out there and play without any pressure on you. And then let's try some passionate, we have faith. Let's try getting a little bit of fired upness there. Yeah, so it gives us a chance to sort of play different strikers, see who we do and don't want to keep for next year. I did have the revelations in the comments at the end of last episode that I'm Arsene Wenger. I just have ridiculous loyalty to my players, and then I sign a bunch of young players, which just further clutters up the squad. So I'm going to try and dismiss my inner Arsene Wenger this summer and actually do a bit of a clear out. I did look. Hayden Scott mentioned Denny Olmo. I did look for him in the game, sort of the player search, and I couldn't find him. So I don't know if he's retired for some reason in the game. If he just wasn't in, I don't have all the leagues loaded up, so maybe he didn't load up. But for whatever reason, I can't find him, which is a bit of a shame because he was highly recommended by Hayden. So thank you for the recommendation, mate. Just yeah, for whatever reason, he's not available to me. Let's see what we can do here. Well, we're 23 minutes in. Oh! Yes, I mean, with the strikers, I still think the one I'd like to get rid of is Borja. Markovic is injured. We do have Nick Roberts on the bench, so it's not the end of the world. The problem with getting rid of Borja is that even after last year when he scored 18, 19 goals for us last season, we couldn't get rid of him then. So a little bit worried. After he's had a year where he's only scored in one game, albeit a hat trick, we may struggle to get rid of him again. Bothheim and Livakovic, I do like them because Labadovic, sorry, not Livakovic. I do like them because they're sort of pacey and they have a bit of physical strength about them. The problem is that do we need both of them? Neither of them are they're both 3.5 star players. Do we maybe need to look to do? It was not a good half for us, was it? Not a shot on target. Maybe just a can't. Do I say? I mean, I'm actually not too unpleased with this. If we get a point out of this game, we've done okay. We can't really be happy with that, though, can we? Faith in old Jack to get the job done for us. What was I say? So Grealish and Bothheim, we could probably do a little bit better. I almost feel like attribute-wise, Bothheim's the better player, but from what we've seen in our team, Labadovic has sort of produced more for us, I think. Oh, space from Salah. It's a good block. Second time of asking, and Naby Keita puts it away. Oh, that's a little bit unlucky. Livakovic was going after the first shot, just misfooted or whatever. Was it? Anyway, off balance, that one there, and weight was going the wrong way there, I think. That's annoying. All right, Marin, what's he got for us? Antonio Marin! Oh, it's flapped away. We're going to pick that up with AR. Plays it back forward. It's a good ball for Marin. Can he square it? Oh, he can, but it's blocked. Oof, that's close. Really, really close. All right, do we want to make changes here? Grealish isn't having his best game. We do have Almeida on the bench. Emerson's not playing particularly well. I mean, none of us are playing particularly well, if we're honest. What can we do? It's a good tackle, but AR's going to pick that up. Oh, it's a loose pass. AR, mate, come on. If they score from this, that'll be really annoying. Cut out brilliantly by Holgate. Here goes Grealish. We've got men forward here. Can we get them on? Oh, what is that? What is that? All right, I've had enough of that. Grealish, you're off, mate. That was not good enough. And let's take McGinn off as well. Let's not make too many angry subs here. Actually, let's not probably take Grealish off, if I'm honest. What we probably want to do is... What do we want to do here? McGinn is the one that's not playing well, isn't he? So let's take him off. Let's try that. AR is actually a decent enough attacking midfielder. He has good passing, good vision. So yeah, he could maybe look to do a job for us, pushing forward a little bit. Here's a chance for Marin. Can he pick out Labadovic? Can he? He can! Labadovic! Oh, it's off the post! It's Derby County all over again. That should have been a goal. That's what I'm talking about when we need consistent goal scorers. I would have backed Rodrigo to put that away. And we just don't seem to have players in the team right now that can score. And that may cost us a point here. I mean, it may not. Liverpool may go and end up beating us 2 or 3-0. But it could cost us a point. And if that goal goes in, it gives us something to hang on to as well. Under a little bit of pressure here. Can we get that ball? No, we can't. Naby Keita has already got one. Oh, what have we? Let him walk in. I mean, you can see why Liverpool is running away with this, can't you? Because we set up defensively, and they're still just walking past us. Not the best defending from Holgate there, to be honest. He kind of got sucked into the ball a little bit. Emerson's not playing well. Let's give our young guy a game there. I'm wondering if we maybe shouldn't be playing these guys as wingbacks, maybe as fullbacks, but let's try Borja up top as well. Oh, we've made 3 subs. All right, never mind. I feel like the last episode and a bit here, it's really been a bit of a reality check, hasn't it? I thought we were building a good team that we could start to challenge in Europe, win the Premier League with. we've been shown last episode that we are not anywhere near good enough for the Champions League. And Liverpool's sort of showing us here that we are not good enough to beat them either. There's a chance. Ep59 has got one back though. Maybe we are good enough after all. It was actually a really, really good counter-attacking goal, wasn't it? Marin across to Nick Roberts, who squared it for the Lab, and the Lab finally tucks that home. If he had have got that, put that one away earlier on, it would be 2-2 right now. Really good run from Antonio Marin, isn't it? He squares it over for Roberts. That's a good pass, and then back again for the Lab. Maybe, who's that? Maybe Gomez could have done a little bit better there. If we're being honest with ourselves, but not our concern. Not our concern. All right, come on, boys. Let's push forward here. There's still a point on the offer. Was it 10 minutes to go? Tonelli back to Dali. Dali doesn't have the dribbling. Oh, nice little backheel flick there from Aya. Doesn't have the dribbling of. Here we go. Here's the Lab. Can he find Nick Roberts pouring through the middle? He can. It's Aya. 2-2. A really good goal from Christopher Aya, first of the year. And Labadovic has. I was going to take him off too, but he's pulled us back level. He has pulled us back level, and again, a nice little run from Marin. The Lab, though, here, look at this, waiting, and then rolls in the perfect pass for Aya, getting forward. That is football, boys. That is really, really good stuff. Alright, suddenly, we've got ourselves a point here. Are we going to go and throw it all away, though? Or can we? Or can we go and win it? Here goes Gumney. What does Liverpool look like they've fallen to pieces here? Gumney rolls it through for the Lab! Oh, we've only gone and done it! We've only gone and done it from 2-0 to 3-2 in the space of, 5 minutes? What has happened to Liverpool? They've absolutely collapsed, and I've gone from gloom and doom to, this is the Champions League winning squad. We just didn't quite perform against Leverkusen. A great ball from Gumney, first time from the Lab, and that's how you do it. All right, let's concentrate again here, boys. Let's concentrate. Let's not do anything rash and silly here. So I think the Lab may have just secured himself a spot in the team. We've FM'd them, 100% FM'd them here. Is this it? It's not it. I've got a bit excited here. We haven't really been shutting this game down, have we? Chambers, go on, boys. No, I haven't. Oh, they've done it. What I should have done is started time wasting, lowered the tempo, and all that kind of stuff. But I didn't because I was too busy celebrating the fact that we'd come back to 3-2. So we'll tell them to show some passion here, to dig in. Would it have made a difference? They did have a lot of men over there, didn't they? Alright, let's go win it again, boys. Let's go win it again. This is it now. Well, it's disappointing in the end that we haven't won it. But at 2-0, I would have taken a point. Look at that. We just absolutely exploded. And then I'm just really annoyed at myself. Really annoyed. Will those 2 points actually end up costing us? The Lab, Nick Roberts is offside. That's the annoying thing, is that those 2 points could actually... even though a point at Anfield is absolutely incredible in the context of the year. But I got excited and I haven't. Oh, sorry, guys. Alright, so we'll say unlucky, I think, today. Goals galore as we draw. Now, was it serious? It's 6 or 7 weeks. So that could be it for Markovic. 6-7 weeks. We're looking at 2 months. So yeah, that's the end of. Well, is that the end of his time at Aston Villa? I don't think we want to re-sign him. He's 29. He's a 3-star player. He's peaked, hasn't he? If any contract we give him now is we're just paying him for his downward spiral, aren't we? But he's been so good. Anyway, guys, wait right there. We'll be back momentarily for Spurs. Okay, welcome back. We are away to Tottenham Hotspur, and it's one of these games where even if they beat us, they're probably not going to catch us, but it could do us more damage than anything. They don't really gain anything. They just sort of hurt us by beating us. Now, this is the team we're going with. This is sort of a walking trial for some players here. We're going to go with Gaz Mosley in goal. The reason for that is that Livakovic has some interest in him from Inter Milan. He's 28 now. He's valued at just under 30 million. I'm wondering, do we cash in for next season? Because Gaz Mosley is considered a wonder kid. So we have a really good young goalkeeper. Are we going to start stunting his growth by keeping Livakovic? Let me know what you think in the comments. But I'm going to give guys sort of a run out, I think, between now and the end of the year, and just kind of get a sense of whether he is ready to step up or not. We're going to go with Dali in midfield, in left back, sorry, because I thought he changed the game when we played a lot better when he came on against Liverpool, along with Rodrigo, who is now capped by Brazil at the age of 19. Wonderful stuff for him, with Chambers and Gumni. We're going to go with AR, McGinn and Grealish in midfield again. We might look to push AR up in the second half. We'll see how that kind of goes. But I want to give McGinn another chance in there. We're going to go with Nick Roberts and Marin as the wingers. We're going to give Botheim a chance up front. We saw what Levadovic could do last game. Let's see what Botheim can do now. Alright, so let's see what we can do. Spurs, they are still a good team, aren't they? Despite the fact they are struggling a little bit in the league by the standards we would maybe expect of them. What do we say here? It says we're the underdogs. Alright, let's try that. Give a fans a performance. We'll try the passionate. We have faith again. Get some green going there. And out we go. I don't know if I did mention there's a goals of the month in this episode. I don't think I did. There is a brief one for our best goals of February. I think it'd be February. I think there's 3, so it's very short, but we'll have a look at them because we did score. They're 3 good goals. All right, Suso, who does have a habit of scoring. Gaz had that covered the whole way, didn't he? Never a threat there whatsoever. So it'd be interesting to see how Gaz Mosley goes in goals. Dali at left back. I think if Dali can prove to be a reliable, that's a cracking pass. Gaz with the big save though. If he can prove to be a reliable left back, I think maybe next year we go with him and Emerson, and we can maybe look to move Matt Target on. We definitely need to do something at right back. We have 2 average ones. Average is in 3-star at the sort of the very highest. We're sort of almost at the highest level now. So still very good players, but we do need to upgrade at right back because I can handle Brie or Gumni as a backup, but we don't want them as first choice now, I don't think. Everywhere else, I think we're doing okay because we have good young players that are going to continue to improve. Yes, Arsene Wenger, I hear you say. There's a good ball from Botheim out for Gumni. Can Gumni pull it back? He can. Marin headed away. McGinn brings it down. There's still some danger there for us. Dali, can he get across in? He can. Nick Roberts! Not quite. But that was promising, wasn't it? That looked like some good football being played there. The problem with sort of playing with the deeper DM is that Almeida doesn't really fit into the team anywhere. I do think we're going to look to sell Jumpy at the end of the year. He hasn't never really done that, has he? He's never really captured my heart. He's played well here and there, but not consistently. Gumni is headed away. McGinn back to Grealish. Grealish out for Gumni. Can he pick a pass? Gumni rolls it in for Nick Roberts. Inches away. I do think Nick Roberts is at the point now where we can rely on him as a right winger. As I said, I'm leaning towards letting Markovic go, and we have that Moroccan Rashid that we bought in. I think he's ready. He's been absolutely tearing it up in the under-23, so I do think Roberts has done well there. Not so well there though. I do think he's ready. Serge Gnabry, Dali's done well to get back there. I am liking Dali. What he does, I'll try and remember to show you his attributes next time. There's no highlight on. He's not Grealish. He's not technically great at getting forward. His dribbling and crossing isn't fantastic. Oh, what a tackle that is! What a tackle that is from Dali. But that's what he does have. He's pacey. He's physically really good. Defensively, he's not too bad. Mentally, he's strong. It's just this part of his game, isn't it? That's weak. But we can deal with that, I think, especially if he's going to make tackles like that. And I think he'd be the sort of player we would use in sort of defensive sort of situations where we're trying to be solid at the back, and then I still want to have someone like Emerson to sort of bomb forward when we need to attack. What do we say to that? You've been unlucky so far. That probably sums it up. We haven't been bad. We haven't been good. Nick Roberts has been unlucky. He could easily have had at least one, couldn't he? That shot just whistled past the post. The one problem I do see with Emerson, and again, looking for you guys, whatever feedback you have, there is no bad feedback here. The problem with Emerson is that he's 29 now, and he is probably got a year or two before he does start to deteriorate. He is right now, and again, we're in April, so there's no sort of concrete offers coming in or anything, obviously. But he is wanted by West Ham. So there is the question of if we can get back what we paid for him, or make a small profit, get 80 grand of wages to spend somewhere else. Grealish was a bit of an aimless ball forward, if I'm honest. Could we potentially look to upgrade? The wages are just absolutely ridiculous, it's realistic in that sense. But FM19, I felt like we could build a really good team relatively quickly because 80. I don't think we had any. We had very few players, if any. Oh, Kane just over the bar, making more than 100 grand. Whereas it seems like our average players right now want 100 grand a week. So, yeah, I'm finding it really difficult to get the players in because I'm trying to sort of bear in mind the likes of Marin now's on over 100 grand a week, and we signed him sort of for next to nothing. People like Gaz Mosley, wonder kids, are going to want to be on big money if we want to keep them, which we do. We need to have good players, and if they're club trained, even better. This is looking a little bit of trouble here for us. They're just pinging it around a touch. Can we get to that? No, not quite. So, yeah, the wages, it's not just signing players then. It's keeping the players that we have, especially... Oh, Gaz! Yeah, that's a tick in the Livakovic box, I think. Maybe not quite ready just yet on the evidence of that. Let's have another look at it. Are we being harsh on him? It's a header in. It's not the best. We'll go attacking. And what we will also look to do, I think, is we will look to bring Almeida on. We might keep AR on, but just push him forward a little bit, I think. Spurs have played much, much better this second half. Now, have we let them do that? Did I get my halftime team talk wrong? These are all questions that can be asked. Now, there's a good tackle there. Grealish is away. Can he pick a good pass? He can't. Grealish's passing this episode has been, I'm going to say woeful. It's woeful harsh, it may well be, but it hasn't been good. Do we just bring on Almeida for Grealish maybe and keep the formation the same? Oh, good save from Gaz there. That might be a shout. The key passes from Grealish have not been good enough. And let's take McGinn off as well. McGinn hasn't been great. Anything else you want to do? I don't think so. So we'll make those changes and see if we get anything. Here's Almeida from the corner. Gets a decent ball in. Back post, ball time. He's offside. Unlucky, perhaps. Let's have another look at it. They're all offside. There's three of them there. Pick your man. We haven't seen anything from Botheim, have we? Other than that. Not that he's played badly by any means, but yeah, we haven't seen too much from him. Is there anything we can change tactically? Let's maybe go slightly more direct. Actually, let's not go more direct. Let's just be more expressive. Try and get ourselves forward a little bit. Yeah. Come on, boys. Come on. Show some passion here. AR is looking tired now. We do have Brian Carlos on the bench. Let's bring him on. Let's bring him on for Botheim. He's getting better as a complete forward now. Let's try him as a complete forward. That side of his game is definitely on the improve. Let's give it another get creative. We'll wait to after this. We'll see if we go full out attack. Nick Roberts brings it down beautifully. Back post. It's not there. Almeida. Oh! For the second game in a row, he was almost the hero. Can we give it one final push forward? It's another corner. Almeida to knock it in. It's decent. It's in the area. It's headed away. And is that it? That is it. Well, let me know what you think in the comments. I think the goal was not the best to concede, was it? We didn't really create too much going forward. I don't think we were outplayed by any means. Have a look at what that all means for the league table. We did have the early kickoff. I still don't think we're going to be caught by the teams behind us, but we do have a really, really tough run home. We've got Chelsea 9th away from home, Arsenal who are 2nd at home, Stoke who are 8th at home, Burnley are last, so that should be okay, Manchester United at home who are 3rd, and Swansea who are 15th. So if we beat Swansea and Burnley, an extra 6 points, that should be enough, shouldn't it, really? But we're going to need to pick up a point or two in between as well. We can't just, we can't go on a bit of a bad run here. And those green dots are drawing up a little bit lately, aren't they? Which isn't ideal. But anyway, guys, that is it for today. If you have enjoyed that, please do hit thumbs up. Spurs wasn't the best, but the Liverpool game should have been 3 points. Dummy, not paying attention there, Aussie villain. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Make sure that you are subscribing and ringing the bell to see when I upload new episodes. Leave your feedback, guys, your comments. What are we doing for next season with players? Who are we keeping? Who are we getting rid of? What positions are we strengthening? Genuinely looking for your feedback on that, guys, because as I said, apparently I'm Arsene Wenger, and I will otherwise be loyal and not get rid of anybody and sign a bunch of kids again. So looking for the feedback on that. But until next time, guys, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching, and here are our goals of the month, or 3 of them, for March. Take care.